What's going on, everybody? You found Neil Collect's #1 fan, and I am your host, the Bearded One. I am taking it upon myself to give a video response to Neil Collect's Girls Only Cover Challenge. He didn't give a number of books, but usually these challenges, I didn't realize this at first, but usually these cover challenges require about 10 books, and sometimes I go overboard, so I whittled it down to 10 books. I went through my CLZ app, and surprisingly, for a comic book collection that's nearing 2,000 comic books, I bet I don't even have 50 comics with just females on them. So I took a snapshot of all the comics in my collection that had only females on the covers and whittled them down to 10 books. First up, we got Kick-Ass 3. That's Hit Girl right there on the cover. That's cover I, and it was on shelves when I first got into Kick-Ass already. So I was behind on the boat on cover A. But yeah, I wish I had a better cover of Hit Girl. Hit Girl's one of my favorite females in all of comics. But still find this cover appealing is the word I was looking for. I like the way she looks. Just wish she'd been colored, detailed, and that sort of thing. Next up, we got X-Force 4. Domino is another girl that's rising up the ranks of my favorite characters. Getting to know her in this X-Force run. I really like her relationship with Logan. I wish I had a better cover of Domino. You see, you got this other like ITT Tech female character in the background. Just kind of takes away from Domino, but I like Domino so much I wanted to include her in this video. I show another X-Force issue for Jean Grey usually, but this time I'm going with X-Force #3. It looks like, okay, it was not penciled by John Romita Jr. It kind of has a John Romita Jr. aesthetic to it, and that's a big turnoff to me. I cannot stand John Romita Jr. He draws people like cavemen, like they all have unibrows and squared jaws. They just look like gorillas to me. I cannot stand John Romita Jr. and his artwork. I do not understand the hype, and this reminds me of John Romita Jr. So I wanted to show X-Force 19, but it's in the rules I cannot show other male characters on the cover. So going with this, I love green dress Jean Grey. Such a classy, elegant look for her, and I was never into Jean Grey until this era of Jean Grey. Next up, got all new Wolverine #1, Laura Kinney or X-23. Wish I had a better cover. She's got plenty of better covers. I will admit I saved issue 1 and the sketch cover variant from this run because I knew this was going to be a key sometime in the future, because this is the first time we're seeing Laura Kinney in the Wolverine suit. So that's why this is in my collection. But admittedly, the series is trash. I think I made it to issue 5, and I hated it. I did not like it at all. And it had nothing to do with, Logan's not in the suit anymore. It wasn't really that. I was trying to be open-minded when I purchased this #1 and I gave it 5 issues, and it was just not marketed for me. I wasn't the target audience. And it didn't appeal to me. Next up, we got Crushed and Lobo, a series that went about as far as I thought it would. I knew this would be a popcorn summer adventure, and I kind of wish we'd gotten better covers. The variants weren't as good as I was hoping they'd be. I think I've showed a different variant of Crush before, so I'm going with this one this time. Something's off with her face. I like the pose. I like her body. I like the aesthetic. I don't mean her body in a creepy way. I like the way it's drawn. It doesn't look off. The proportions is what I mean. I think she's sitting on top of Lobo, but I think it falls within the rules because he's not technically in the shot. I got the knockout Lobo shirt, bloody arms. It's a cool image, and just something about her face is off to me. I don't know what it is about her face, but I don't like it. She doesn't look like an alien. She looks like a human with white paint on her face. And just something about it rubs me the wrong way. Anyways, moving on. Scorched #1. There's She-Spawn right there, and it's not Nyx. I forget her name. Nyx dies in the series. Spoiler alert. And gets replaced with, I keep wanting to call her Jessica Drew, but that's Spider-Woman. I think that's Spider-Woman. No, this is somebody else. Jessie something, I think. Pretty cool motorcycle, big guns. It appeals to me. That's what I like in comic books. Next up, we got Death: The High Cost of Living #2. I was reading about this on Wikipedia, this whole series, and someone either related to Neil Gaiman or his girlfriend. I think it's either his girlfriend or his daughter took these photos for this series and the other Death. I think it was the Death, just the regular Death solo series. Next up, we got one of my all-time favorite female-only covers. Probably my favorite Marvel girl, Storm #1. Storm was probably my first comic book crush, and I just think she looks magnificent there. I love Mohawk Storm. And then I think when we're talking girls only, I think this is probably my favorite girls only cover in my entire collection. One of my favorite DC girls in DC Comics. This is Mr. Miracle #25. I assume that, this is Big Barda here, but I assume the rest of the ladies in the wrestling ring are the female Furies that Big Barda trained with on Apocalypse under Granny Goodness. So, awesome cover. I love that cover, and and it pays homage to pro wrestling, and I love wrestling. It came out in 1991, so right there, the golden era of wrestling, the 80s and early 90s. And then last but not least, I found a way to get around you, Neil Collects. I found a way to put Lobo in this challenge. Lobo's back, #2. Lobo got reincarnated in this issue, and he came back as a woman. So technically, it's all woman on this cover. And I had to include Lobo's back #2. It's a long 4-issue miniseries. I highly encourage everybody to read Lobo's Back. Very funny, creative series. Simone Bisley goodness right there. And that'll do me for my 10 cover challenge. I'm going to try not to get on a tangent and increase the length of this video. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, commenting. Thank you, Neil Collects, for initiating this challenge. It gives me an excuse to dig through my collection and challenge myself to abide by your rules. And I had fun deciding which books I wanted to show. Ultimately, I stuck with my favorite characters over covers I thought were more aesthetically appealing. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. As always, go check out Neil Collect's channel. And if you have a channel as well, engage in this challenge. And I'd like to see your Girls Only Cover Challenge video. Until next time.